Here's the latest developments on the fighting between Israel and Iran. U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee says the U.S. Embassy's branch in Tel Aviv sustained some minor damage due to shock waves of a missile hitting nearby, but no U.S. personnel were injured. He said the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem will be closed today. Iran firing a new wave of missile attacks at Israel, with emergency services reporting at least 5 people killed. Israel says fighter jets struck 10 command centers in Tehran, belonging to an elite arm of the country's Revolutionary Guard. Israel's military now saying it has achieved aerial superiority over Iran's capital. President Trump weighing in on the conflict last night as he left the White House, heading to Canada for a G7 meeting.
I hope there's going to be a deal. I think it's time for a deal, and we'll see what happens. But sometimes they have to fight it out, but we're going to see what happens. I think there's a good chance there'll be a deal.
Earlier yesterday, the president posted on Truth Social that the two sides should make a deal and will make a deal. Also, a U.S. official telling NBC News that President Trump rejected a proposal from Israel in recent days to assassinate Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and said, no, that would not be a good idea. Still hopeful for some type of negotiated settlement, whether I don't know what's going on behind the scenes in terms of Ford. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes in terms of Fordro at this point. Fordo, the Wall Street Journal is arguing that he shouldn't listen to the people like Tucker Carlson and others that are saying you need to be an isolationist, and that we've got the wherewithal. They don't have the planes to deliver it or the bomb itself. And Journal is urging more or less to
look. At this point, their air defenses are down, as you mentioned. They have not seen Hezbollah or Hamas able to make any of the proxy attacks that have happened in the past.
Totally.
And Tehran was in a position where they were producing more uranium than was allowed by the already very tight procedures that had been in there. They had been kind of testing the waters on this, waiting to see what was going to happen. If you were able to set them back a few months, that's one thing. But if you're going to go through all of this when they don't have the protections that they've had to this point, maybe it's worth trying to make sure that you can really set them back and prevent them from getting a nuclear weapon.
Yeah.
It'd be a very different game.
But that's where most of the efforts are now, half a mile underground. And if you don't, that's finishing the job. Right. That's finishing what I don't know whether it finally happens. I don't know what the president is thinking about this, but it isn't. I'm sure there's a lot of ongoing discussions with people within the administration giving their opinions on what to do. But there's definitely a whole contingent saying, help Israel once and for all, take that off the table. It'd change the entire Middle East if they had zero possibility of getting a nuke. And if they still have a possibility of getting a nuke, it doesn't really solve the problem.
Israel has made the point that it is doing the work that lots of other nations probably appreciate, not just the United States, but you're talking about just about every one of their neighbors.
And I even think that some of the neighbors that are condemning the attacks are...
Yeah, agree.
Right.
That do not want to see Iran with a nuclear weapon.
Right.